Hello guys, Detroit88 back here with yet another episode of Let's Play Immortal Cities Children of the Nile. In the last episode I believe we added on the noble here and we started building our temple, along with we also managed to build the Pharaoh's tomb. So now if a Pharaoh dies, we don't have to worry about tombs right now. And it looks like it's flood season now. Oh yeah, the other thing we did last time was we had a holiday. And that was just to show you how holidays work and all that. And the game's being a little laggy right now. Not quite sure why. No one's really complaining about healthcare. Got some worship complaints, so hopefully this temple will fix that. So, oh yeah, we added on a couple more bricklayers, and we also built up these shops here, and that is to help essentially with all the growth that we have in this area. We'll need to set more shops up wherever we move to for the overseer, because the overseer will probably put maybe in the city, but the laborers we're going to put back over by the limestone quarry. You're getting there with that. And slowly getting bricks. Zoom into the city a little bit. As you can tell, we also had to build another granary because the first one here is like getting completely full. And it's sort of going to split everything out, but you can tell these guys are getting over 50% capacity. And that's usually about the time that I want to build more of the granaries up, just so we don't lose any food. And they just began the construction on the temple. So they got all the bricks there, so that's good. Probably use, yeah, we'll probably want another priest. Probably want one or two of these guys still yet again. Another guy for the gods. But it always helps to have an extra priest because when one dies it takes a little bit to get him replaced. So you can see that our temple's getting built there. And what we should be able to do is set you to tend the gods. And then I'll set you for funerary services. So there's that. So now they should start building these up. And our temple's only 12% complete. But it's a big temple, so I understand how that takes a lot to build up.
Pharaoh's spirit has crossed.
And now you can see that our pharaoh died, which is what we didn't want to happen. But you know, things happen. I have to switch this guy over to funerary services. He's gonna go take care of that stuff, and then we aren't gonna have healthcare for a little bit. Which is okay with me, because we don't have too many people complaining about healthcare. These guys... okay. So they're actually gonna go do a funeral. You can sort of see how these work out now. Because the entire royal family is essentially going to go to a funeral. And these guys are just going to keep building stuff up, and then we should be good to go. Now I'm still not sure why last time the villager's hovel got built right there. But you know, things happen randomly. And as you can tell, we have a little bit of prestige loss from the pharaoh dying himself. So the priest is going to take care of services there. We almost got enough bricks to build this guy up, which is the goal. And our temple's about 35% complete. This is one of the bigger things to build. This, along with like the large pyramids and the great pyramids, are a pain to build. because you can get all the resources there. That takes a while, and then when it comes to the actual building of it, it just takes forever to do it. And see, this will probably still get done a lot quicker than this guy's. So we got one guy in there building it, and it's about 41% complete. As to where this guy, you have a tomb. What's the issue with the tomb? Maybe I should do Pharaoh only. That may help me. Well, now I think the tomb's set up correctly, so we should be good. I think we're just trying to build everything a little bit too fast, because I think how the game assumes that you should go about things, you should just slowly start to build up before you build the tomb up. Alright, so that one's not, there's no one in that one, so not to worry about it. At some point we should get a graduate in there, in here. We still got a lot of villagers, so that's good. And we may want to build a massive city, I don't know. That sort of seems like a good idea to me, though. Build up a big city. We can actually handle 32 farms now, so we're going to take care of that. And we can start to build over here next time. Yep, so we'll build over here. And that should allow us to fit in one more. And we can get rid of that, that, and that. And we don't really want to build where it can flood potentially, because if the floods go high, then we're not going to have too much. That's not really going to help us out at all. Our temple's getting there.
Your prestige is falling.
Alright, so our prestige fell. That's because our pharaoh died, and he had no tomb. So we have to build another statue. So that'll be the next concern. I'm not quite sure where I want to put that statue. As you can see, the apartment's getting built up, but we won't have any room. Temple's almost there too, so I'm thinking what we should do is we can get rid of these plazas here. I eventually planned on putting something here, but what we can do is we can take the greater Sphinx statue, face one this way, throw that right there, and we can actually build plaza around it. And essentially we can set this guy up here as a little plaza. And our temple is about done there. Yep, so now we have a gigantic temple. This is a cult temple. This is sort of like the temple that they used, like when you see any of the major temples. This is sort of like what they would build as far as temples go, because they're gigantic, they're lavish, and these are to the gods. And then they should open it. Because he should open it. And yeah, he's gonna go worry about that one. And he's gonna go, I think he's gonna go to the temple here, so we can get that open for everyone. That'll help us a lot. And we can keep working on prestige. So we got 11 of 250. You see those take a lot of bricks to build. So that'll probably not be completed this episode, but looks like we can at some point get a cargo drop-off point built in here, which will help us. Those guys are all gathering stuff. So that's a large estate, and a medium estate. So I think we added, yeah, we can add another couple of farms. So we're going to build a farmer here, and we'll build one here. Now the game's going to save again. So there we go. We have more villagers moving up slowly. So that'll help. Because you have to think, this entire city got founded off the point of Pharaoh, like a single person with some money, or some good to trade, or like food essentially. And he started out, he built his building, he supported some farms, and it all stemmed from this. That's sort of how a lot of the major Egyptian towns got developed. Not to go on a history lesson there, but yeah, no one's gonna want to live there. Do we still have complaints? We do. We have Osiris and Isis already. Well, maybe not Isis, but we're slowly getting there as far as built up on that guy goes. But yeah, this is going to be our limestone quarry. This is where we're going to get a lot of what we need from. I may build a couple of I might build like a small temple or something over here, just to show you guys what they look like initially. And then after that we can build up some of the bigger statues. Because the other thing too is when you start constructing stuff, you do need an overseer with at least 4 laborers, because like the temple here, along with the some of the statues you build, require both stone carvers and someone to haul the actual stone to the site. We're already 1/5 of the way done with that Sphinx statue, a little bit over that. Hopefully we can get it done by the end of this episode, but because we got a pretty good industry for bricks going right now. I'm actually going to switch you over to healthcare. I'll switch you over to 10 gods. Just so that we can make sure we're getting people treated. Okay, give me 1 second, guys, and I will be right back. Alright, guys, made it back. We'll continue on a little bit. Just sort of we're waiting on stuff to build up, essentially. It's the main thing we're waiting on. we don't have any security or leisure opportunities. Must doesn't help us much. Pretty much everything we have right now built is canceling out, except for the palace. It's canceling out the negative events, and that'll go away over time. Because prestige does lower over time if you don't worry about it, and then events can detract from it too, but events will over time go away too. Usually the way, like for the good events to stay around, it's with exploits, and then essentially you build these giant obelisks that tell people, hey, this is what this person did, hey, this is what this person did. And we just got a ton of food. We actually have food left over there. Since we have such an excess of food, we're going to make people happy because we're going to release food. So these guys should be... Yes, they got bread and stuff now. Normally they don't really have too much. And then these guys should have a lot. Yep. So everyone should be happy still. That's another way to make people happy, like I said in the last episode. But I have such an excess of food, it's almost pointless for me to keep it all at once. We're exactly 2/5 of the way done with that, so we're at about 40% construction. So the temple's open. And when they say statues for these guys, they mean the statue that sits like right in here on the, it's going to be the statue that sits right in there for the dedication, so people can tell from a distance, oh hey, this is a big temple to this person. See, the events are really not helping us right now. There's no tomb for the pharaoh, so... But you have a tomb. You've just decided not to use it. Because you have a tomb sitting right here. Oh well, whatever. Alright, well guys, we'll end the episode here. Didn't really get too much done this episode. This is the sort of the slow part we get to just before we get into having the overseer, because we only need like 8 or 9 educated workers, but I'm going to make sure we have plenty of them. And we're probably going to want to throw another scribe or two in too with that. But essentially all we got to do is build up the amount of workers we're going to have and stuff. But anyways, I'll stop the episode here. As always guys, if you have any ideas as to how I can improve the episodes, go ahead and put them in the comments below. And you can also like the video if you like it. Otherwise, please subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.